Good afternoon, dear students. Dear students, as you all are familiar that we are going through with our chapter 5th, which is about nature and structure of markets. Dear student, in our previous session, we study about what is the meaning of market. After that, we study about perfect competition and its features. Dear students, our today's topic is monopoly form of market and its feature. So let's start with our today's topic. Dear student, if you talk about the monopoly form of market, then the word monopoly is comparison, or we can say it is the summation of two words, mono plus poly. Okay, dear student. So the word monopolistic, or you can say the word monopoly is the summation of two words, which is mono plus poly. Okay, dear student, mono means single. Okay, mono means single and poly means seller. So monopoly means a single seller. Okay, dear student. So monopoly is basically a type of competition or a type of market in which there is a single seller of a commodity and there are so many buyers of that particular commodity. It is simply known as monopoly competition. For example, our railway. Okay, Indian Railway is a good example of monopoly competition because railway is its sole body. Okay, he can change the time of any train, he can change the price of the tickets, he can charge the any price of the frig. Okay, he can also changes its policy. Okay, there are no other railway system in our country. Okay, like any other system, we have only one railway network, so it is the total monopoly of the railway system. So we can easily say that when there is only a seller of a commodity, it is simply known as monopoly competition. Okay, dear student, so you can see that monopoly refers to a market situation where there is only single seller. Okay, second, buyers have no option but to purchase the commodity from that seller or go without it. Okay, there are no close substitute for the commodity sold by the only seller and there is no other close substitute. Suppose if we have the availability of railways in another way, like if Adani has the railway, if Ambani have the railway, and if there are all other organizations which have their own railway system, then we can easily compare and we can choose according to our wish. But we have only one railway system, so we have no other choice. Similarly, the good or product or services in the monopoly competition have no close substitute. And the last one is the distinction between firm and industry here disappears. Okay, dear student, example you can see in this in your book. The example of Indian Railways which I told you is given. Okay, Indian Railway is an example of monopoly in India since there is only single firm or government of India in the market. Okay, dear student. Now let's move to our next point, which is features of monopoly competition. Okay, dear student, there are so many features of monopoly market. The first one is single seller. Okay, now we all know that in a monopoly competition we have only one seller, or we can say one manufacturer of a commodity. The existence of single seller of one product eliminates the difference between the firm and the industry. In other words, monopolist is a firm as well as a industry. So we can say the government, our Indian Railway is a firm, also an industry, because there is no distinction between industry and firm, because there is only one seller. That's why this particular thing is happen. Next is, but there can be any number of buyers under monopoly. No single buyer can influence monopoly price by his individual action. So always keep in mind that the seller is only one, but there are so many different buyers. Okay, all these are the different buyers of that product. Okay, so we can say that not even a single buyer, he, okay, no even a single buyer can influence the price because there is only one supplier in the market. Okay, dear students, so buyer have no option but to purchase the commodity from the seller or go without it. Okay, so it's totally up to the buyer whether he can purchase the commodity or he can go without the commodity, because there is no other option available in the market. Second point is no close substitute. A second feature of monopoly is that there are no close substitutes available of the product sold by the monopolist. The good which can be easily used for each other and are available at nearly the same price are called close substitute. Okay, dear students, so there is no close substitute available in the market. Like in the case of consumer good, you can see that if you wish to buy a toothpaste and the price of toothpaste is high, you can switch towards another toothpaste, which either you can buy Pepsodent, Colgate, you have Patanjali, Dant Kranti, okay, you have Babool. So you have different type of toothpaste, you can easily switch. But in the case of monopoly, you have only one product, like our Indian railway system. You have no other choice. So you can say that in case of monopoly, we have no close substitute available in the market. Okay, dear student, this is our second point. Our third point is restrictions on the entry of the new firm. In this type of competition or in this type of market, there is restriction for the entry of the new firm. Okay, because of the patent right, because of the technology, because of the government licensing. So it's not possible for every enterprise or a firm to enter in this market easily. So that's why there is a restriction on the entry of the new firm. You can see under monopoly, a new firm cannot enter the industry. There are strong barriers that prevent new firms to enter the industries. These barriers may take several forms, such as patent right, which I told you, government license, economies of scale, etc. Thus, a monopolist faces no competition and earns abnormal profit in the long run. So always keep in mind, in case of monopoly competition, a monopolist face no competition, that's why he earn an abnormal profit in the long run. Okay, dear student, our next point is firm is a price maker. Again, there is only one seller, there is no other seller available in the market, so he can decide the price accordingly. So that's why the firm is the price maker. Okay, in our case, Indian Railway is the price maker. But always keep in mind that in monopolistic competition, if a firm earns a huge profit, then he will charge a price which is high, but not as much high as compared to his potential to charge high price. Suppose, for example, if a firm can charges 1000 rupees for certain thing, but he is charging only 800 rupees for that product. Okay, even though the cost is rupees 500, it means he is still earning 300 rupees by charging 800 rupees. Okay, so he can charge rupees 1000, but he is denied to charging 1000. If he wish to earn profit, he will charge rupees 800. So this is happen in the monopoly competition. Okay, so you can see, due to the strong barrier to the entry of the new firm into the industry, the monopoly firm has full control over the supply of its product. Therefore, it has full control over its price also. It can influence the market price by varying its supply. A monopoly firm is free to produce any amount of output. Note down this point, but it has no control over demand, because the demand is done by the buyers. Okay, he can only supply the good. Now, the demand is not controlled by the monopoly firm. So more of the commodity can be sold only by reducing the price, which I told you. Hence, the first phase is demand constraint. Monopolist generally set a high price for his product and exploits consumers. He not only exploits consumers but also the laborers by giving them less wages, and since it is not a competitive industry, okay, laborers cannot leave the industry and get work somewhere else, because he know that there is no other competitive firm available in the market. So labor have no choice, so that's why they have to continue their work. The last point is, the last feature is price discrimination. Okay, dear student, now in a monopoly market there is a more chances of price discrimination. Okay, this is done by the monopolist only. Okay, he can charge less prices from his friends, relatives or known ones, and similarly he can charge high prices for those who is unknown to him or the rest of the consumer. So there is a discrimination, so there is a chances of more discrimination in this type of market. Okay, the act of selling the same product at different price to different buyers is known as price discrimination. Okay, dear student, so a monopolist can charge different prices from his different buyers easily. If a monopolist adopts a policy of price discrimination, the situation is called discriminating monopoly. Okay, so keep in mind, if there is a price discrimination in this type of market, then it is known as discriminating monopoly. Okay, dear students, so all these are the features of monopoly competition. Now if you see the demand curve under monopoly, then you will find that the demand curve is also known as the price line or your average revenue curve. So this is the situation of demand curve in the monopoly. You can see the demand curve is negatively sloping downward, which is represented at D and AR. So this is the demand curve of a monopoly firm. Okay, so the first feature is AR is downward sloping. It means average revenue curve or the demand curve is downward sloping. Second, demand curve faced by a monopoly firm is less elastic. So this demand curve is less elastic in nature. Okay, dear student, although this concept of demand curve under monopoly is not in your syllabus, but you can go through with this particular topic so that you can understand that how a demand curve work under monopoly. So there are two features. First, average AR curve is downward sloping. It means demand curve is downward sloping. And second, the demand curve faces by a monopoly is less elastic. Okay, so this is the demand curve under monopoly competition. Okay, student, so our top monopoly topic is finished at this point of time. Okay, dear student, so in our next video we will discuss about monopolistic competition and its feature. Okay, dear student, till now stay safe, stay healthy. Okay, student, thank you.